Lily built a small tower. It fell. She looked at it for a second, then she looked up at me. And she did something I had never seen her do before. She didn't laugh. She didn't try again immediately. She just looked at me with those serious 4-year-old eyes and said, "Daddy, are you sad?" I couldn't breathe. "No, baby," I said automatically. "Daddy's happy." She looked at me the way only small children look at you, without any filter, without any diplomacy, with total honest attention. "Your face says happy," she said, "but you don't feel happy." 4 years old. 4 years old, and she saw what I had hidden from everyone. I put down my book. I sat on the floor beside her, and I picked up a block, and I said nothing, because I had nothing left. She leaned against my arm, her small warm weight. "It's okay, Daddy," she said. "I'm here." I went upstairs that night after Lily was asleep, and I stood in the doorway of the bedroom, and Claire was reading, and she looked up. And for the first time in 2 years, I didn't smile. I just stood there, with nothing on my face. No performance, no mask. She put her book down. "Sit down," she said. I sat on the edge of the bed. The silence lasted about 10 seconds. It felt like 10 years. "I need to tell you something," I said. "Okay," she said, quietly, carefully. "I haven't been okay," I said. "For a long time, I haven't been okay, and I kept smiling because I didn't want you to see it. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I locked you out." She didn't say anything for a moment. Then she moved across the bed and put her arms around me from behind, her chin on my shoulder. "I knew," she said. "I've known for a long time. Why didn't you push harder?" "Because you had to open the door yourself," she said. "I can't open a door that's locked from the inside." I broke open completely. Not violently. Just thoroughly. Like something that had held too long finally releasing. She held on. She didn't say everything was fine. She didn't try to fix it immediately. She just held on. And that was the most important thing anyone had ever done for me. I saw a counselor named Dr. Ellis 3 weeks later. He was a quiet man, older. He had a habit of pausing before he spoke, like every word was being selected carefully. On our first session, he asked me one question. "When did you decide that your pain wasn't allowed to exist?" I didn't answer right away. I thought about it for 3 days. And then I thought about my father. A man I loved deeply, but who never once in my memory said he was struggling. Who smiled through everything. Who said, "I'm fine," like it was a reflex. Who died at 58 and left behind a family that never really knew him. Not fully, not honestly. I had learned the smile from him, and I had taught it to myself so well that I forgot there was something underneath it. Recovery is not a moment. I want to be honest about that. It is not one conversation. Not one tearful night. Not one breakthrough session with a counselor. It is 1,000 small choices every day, to be honest, when the habit says to hide. Some mornings were hard. Some evenings I sat in my car in the driveway again, but this time, instead of disappearing into silence, I would go back inside and say to Claire, "Hard day, I need 10 minutes." And she would say, "Take 20." And she would bring me tea. Lily started climbing onto my lap in the evenings while I read. Not because I asked her, just because she felt in that instinctive way of children that I was present now, that I was actually there. One evening, she patted my face with her small hand and said, "Daddy, your smile is different now." "Different how?" I asked. She thought very hard. "It goes to your eyes," she said. I changed jobs 8 months later. Not dramatically. I didn't quit in a burst of inspiration. I simply started looking, quietly, without pressure, for something that fit better. And I found a smaller company, less salary at first, but a role that actually used what I was good at. On my first week, a colleague said to me, "You seem very calm. How do you do it?" I thought about the kitchen floor, about Lily and her blocks, about Claire's arms, and Dr. Ellis's careful words. "I stopped pretending," I said. He laughed, thinking it was a joke. It wasn't. I still smile. I want to be clear about that. But now, when I smile, it's because something inside me matches it. It's not a wall. It's not a performance. It's not a shield I hold up between myself and the people I love. Last Sunday, Claire was at the kitchen counter again. Yellow flowers on the table. Lily eating toast and talking very seriously about a dream she had about a flying cat. I came downstairs. Lily looked up. "Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!" 3 times, her little song. I picked her up, spun her, set her on the counter, and when I smiled at Claire, she smiled back. Not politely, not carefully, fully, because she could see it was real. "Good morning," she said. "Good morning," I said. And for the first time in a very long time, both of us meant it. I think about all those mornings I stood at that door and performed happiness for the people who deserved my honesty. I think about how I believed, truly believed, that protecting them from my pain was an act of love. But it wasn't. It was fear dressed up as love. Fear of being seen. Fear of being less than the image I had built. Fear that if they saw the cracks, they would leave. And what I know now, what I know in the way you only learn by living it, is that the people who truly love you do not need your performance. They need your presence. All of it. The smile and what's beneath it. That is the only version of you that is real enough to be loved. My father never let anyone in. I almost made the same mistake. I didn't, because a 4-year-old girl sat beside me on a living room floor and said, "I'm here." And because a woman who had watched my face for years recognized the moment my eyes finally told the truth. I carry that with me every day, not as guilt, as a reminder. A smile that hides your pain doesn't protect the people you love. It only keeps them from loving the real you.